This is my 30th year being out on the water on tour boats like this. It's always different, even the same place is different depending on the group and the weather, and the wildlife is always changing, so every day is different even though you're in the same place. Oh, I love the excitement when people have seen a whale for the first time, and the screams, and we take lots of photographers out when they're really happy with their pictures. Yeah, it's a total good reward for me. That's what I love. It's always nice to have families on board. That's really special. So to see families and multiple generations together, sharing their time together, and then seeing these incredible places in British Columbia, it's pretty special. So I love seeing that.
Wow, look at him right beside us, so gorgeous. Welcome aboard, Heidi. What do you think so far?
It's nice.
It's really nice.
I think the value of taking a trip like this is see what nature truly is. Like, sure, there's nature like in the city here, but not to its full extent like what you see out in the wild out there. I'm honestly really surprised that I like the bird watching so much, like just how many types of birds there are.
We learned so much about birds.
Our tour guide named Danny, he can identify any type of bird by looking at their beak, their wings. Doesn't matter. If he sees it, he can tell you what type of bird it is. It's pretty cool.
I have a background in biology, and I've always had a keen interest in the natural world. And to be able to share it with family and friends means a lot to me. And, that's why it brings me great joy.
So I got this feather on, I think, day 2. And we were on a hike and I just found it on the ground. And it's an eagle feather, so it has like a lot of significance. The moment that you pick it up, the creator is like thinking of you.
We saw so many different mammals in their environment.
There were so many amazing wildlife sightings.
I think one of the first things worth recognizing is the unbelievable privilege we have to go on a trip like that.
You know, if you think about the ways that you can see that kind of space, as we think about conservation and wanting to leave a light footprint on this province and the world, that being able to go on these kinds of trips really gives everybody a sense of what it is that we're trying to save.
So I think my favorite moment was when we had the white-sided dolphins right on our bow, because that was the first time that something was on our bow, and it was like so cool because you could see them swimming under the water, and it was really cool to watch.
Well, that is like magic. Oh my gosh, that is so go cool. Little ones, go! Woo!
And the Dulles porpoises were not to be outdone by the Pacific white-sided dolphins, so we got a good show from them too.
Humpback whales.
Orcas. Saw minke whale.
A minke whale, we even saw one of those, as elusive as they tend to be. Sea lions, seals, sea otters.
Oh my gosh, too cute.
Watching the sea otters and all their behaviors, just sitting at the edge of a kelp bed and in a zodiac, you're at the water level and you're just observing and getting to see them all in their natural environment, behaving the way that otters do. That was really special.
I think one of the coolest things was really getting to watch the kids have these close encounters with all this amazing wildlife and see such a beautiful part of the province.
The sea otters, I just loved the way they act. They're cute and they're funny.
Is that a baby calling back to her?
Yeah. Yeah, he's calling back.
For me, one of the most special parts was that it was a week just to chill and enjoy. Jen was the amazing cook and cleaner and woman of all trades on the boat.
The food was really good.
And so it was really one of the first completely relaxing vacations that way. We all read lots of books. We played lots of games. Oh, it was great having the crew sing to us one night, serenade us with their guitars.
We also got to try our hand at fishing while we were on board, sometimes with no result, sometimes with results.
Being able to go out in the kayaks was lovely and explore that way. There were so many little nooks and crannies that we were able to stay in and then go explore even more closely. It really felt like we got our very, very own way of seeing this part of the world.
able to take the kayaks or the Zodiac to some shorelines and do some exploring, that was fun too. Oh!
There was not a lot of swimming, but it was really fun. I did jump off once.
I definitely know my favorite part would be on the first day, the humpback whale breaching. That was pretty shocking and cool.
My favorite bit of wildlife happened right up front. The beautiful whale breaching so close to the boat.
When the humpback jumped, full breached, right like 30 feet from our boat.
Oh my God! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Incoming week! That was unbelievable! Oh my God! What the heck is you?
Giving us a show!
The humpback was my favorite thing, but that was by such a slight margin. Like, there were so many other absolutely outstanding things that we saw on that trip. For example, the orcas swimming close to our boat.
Get underwater, Heidi, can you tell?
Yes.
It's coming right to us.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
It's so pretty. Oh, wow.
Wow, look at them right beside us, so gorgeous. Wow, that is beautiful.
Well, it was really special for us. It's not a kind of trip we would have been able to take the kids on at this point in our lives. And so I feel really grateful to the grannies for taking us with them, and to the crew for making our kids welcome on what's often a grown-up trip. They felt really welcome, they were really included, and got to have their own experiences too.
I think it gives you an appreciation, that entire experience, for what the natural world should look like, can look like, and is worth protecting.
Many of us live in the cities and don't realize how magnificent the landscapes and the wildlife is in regions of British Columbia and other parts of Canada. So having that connection and experience, I believe, if we have experienced it, we've seen it, then we'll care for it. And in many of these species that we've seen recently in the last week are impacted. And the more people that have an appreciation for them and understanding for them and care for them, I think the greater the likelihood that they'll be around for our children's children.